Okay, so I'm out in London and it is probably the hottest day I've felt in a very long time. But I got something extra special today. So this is actually a tent that I got sent to me from Reactive Outdoor. This is one of those inflatable tents. And at first, when they offered to send me this, I was a bit skeptical because mostly I'm an ultralight hiker and camper and that kind of thing. But then it got me thinking that there could be a case for a huge inflatable tent. This thing here, it weighs almost 10 kilos. It's 9.7 or something. So it's a pretty hefty thing. It's not something you want to hike with, of course. It's not as big as you might think, but yeah, it is 9.6 kilos. So it's quite heavy. And there are instructions here on the flap. So this is going to be a true first look. I have not opened this before and I have no clue how to set up a tent like this. I do appreciate that it comes with some kind of a duffel bag like this. Let's see. All right, here it is. Let's see what actually comes in the pack. So this is the big tent here. And here we got the tent pegs. It's some classic shepherd hooks. And here we also have detailed instructions. Let's open this thing up. So this is a 6-person tent, which means it's going to be big enough. Now I opted for the slightly bigger one instead of the 4-person because I wanted this to... I had an idea with this where if it's something that I could even sit and work in, it's like a substitute for if I don't have a camper van and you want to go out and do photography and you get a little bit of a home away from home. Okay, so this must be a ground sheet. Well, it's not too big, I think. It's still decent size. So they have a 10-person tent as well, but that one I deemed to be just too crazy. You can see the footprint of it. So I'm just going to get this ground sheet underneath as well, and then we start the blow up process. What you do is you have to stake out all the corners like I've done there. There is a power button there. You can see here it says power and valve. So up here you're going to place some kind of a battery. See if I can find that. And these are valves, and I suppose that's when you're done. You're going to release the air from here, so make sure these are locked, sealed off when you inflate. So let's see if we can find that battery and see if the magic works. And here we have it. It's masqueraded in what's called free tent repair patch. Maybe there is something like that in that as well, but if I try to open this, you got the battery here and in it goes somehow. Seems like that could be it. It says it's going to come charged, but if it isn't, then I guess I got a problem to solve. So let's hope it is charged. We're going to push that button now. It's actually a bit exciting. Let's see what happens. Nothing. All right. Gotta think. All right. First rookie mistake. There is an arrow that should be pointed up to there, or else the connectors are not connecting. Okay, now. All right. Let's see. So this should take about 3 to 5 minutes. I think it's done inflating itself now. These ones here, the air cushions, they're all filled up. So I guess what I have to do is rearrange these pontoons, these air pillars. I was hoping it would magically just raise itself into position, but I suppose it needs a little bit of help. You just got to pull these into position here, and not 100% success rate there, but it is working. It is filled up and everything, and I think it's a matter of getting the guy lines out, so I'm going to try that. And here we have it. I think it's done. So the guy lines are out. Nothing strange about that. It's just put the shepherd hook in, Now it turned out it's not actually the key to get the pitch right. It's these tubes inside here. They're a bit tangled up, and I found out if you push the center tubes up, that's when it pops into existence. Well, I did it pretty fast, so I guess it is okay. For a big tent like this, it's pretty fast. Well, I noticed it only has one entrance, and I probably put it on the wrong side. So let's see if I do anything about that. But let's see how it is to getting in and out of this. So it is nice to have this kind of a size. See if it picks up here. Oh, it looks like. So this is what I was talking about. If you just push this into position, it kind of everything kind of sorts itself. And I mean, I suppose you can get 6 people in here, but it's usual with tents. You always have to think how many people you are. If it's 2-person tent, you need to buy a 3-person. If you are 4 persons, you probably need to buy a 6-person tent. So always go one up if you want some space to maneuver. Okay, let's see if we can flip this one around easily. As you can see, when it's not fastened in any of the corners, it will fall apart. So it's not a freestanding by any means. Hopefully it's easy enough to move around this. Ta-da. So, you can notice that the shepherd hooks are already getting bent. This is much better. So let's take another look inside. I now have the wide angle lens in, so we can get a little bit of better look on things. Got some hooks here where you can hang stuff as well. Some ventilation. Yeah, I think this is going to work out just fine for a trip like this. I'm going to be here for another 2 nights, and I'll evaluate it after that as well. But right now, I'm going to put the things into the tent. So I wasn't really expecting to go camping, so I had to go to a Decathlon. What I got was just a very cheap but good enough for summer sleeping mattress. Since we're in the middle of a heat wave, and it's a crazy heat wave as well, we're talking 35 to 40 degrees, I'm just going to go with a sleep liner, a cotton sleep liner. Well, there's lots of space in here at least. Can't complain about that. So I have now used this tent for a little bit more than a day, so I had 1 night's sleep in it, and I'm going to sleep in it tonight as well. And so far it has been good, but there are a few things that needs to be mentioned. But yesterday night the sleep was absolutely perfect. I mean, the size inside is absolutely amazing, and even though it was hot, the ventilation of these big windows really does the trick. You can get some great airflow in there. So no complaints about that at all. Now, I even got some rain yesterday, and then I of course had to close these windows up, but it did not leak or anything like that, so it could handle the rain pretty nicely. However, what I did get today, as you might see, is that I got a lot of wind. Now, this is not much wind that I'm talking about. It's kind of a gentle breeze, but since you have these walls here that are very, very straight, it just acts like a big sail. It catches a lot of wind, this. So first of all, you have to be careful not to get this big side towards the wind. But what will happen if the wind gets too strong is that these tubes here, they will kind of bend in, and then when the wind subsides, they will kind of pop up. So you get a little bit of a bending in, but nothing breaks or anything like that, so it's still fine. Make no mistake, a tent like this, it's not for grand adventures out in the mountains. First of all, it's too heavy for that, but it's not really built for that as well. It's made for well, pretty much where I am now, at a nice camping site or maybe at a beach or something like that. But what I am going to try in the future as well is to go into some Swedish forest and camp by a lake, because then you have the wind is going to be broken by all the trees and all that kind of thing. And I think it could perform really well there, because it is very nice to have a tent where you can just walk in and you can stand up. You get all that space inside. Now, because it's been extremely hot here, sometimes when it gets cold in the night, you might have to top up. Now it's fine, but you could sometimes need a little bit of extra air in these pillars if you filled it up when it was very hot and then it gets cool in the night. And if we take one final look of what it looks like inside, I don't have very much in here, so it's definitely room for a lot of people. But I found the stuff that is here, it's good. I don't need much else personally. There are not many features except for these flaps here, which are very easy and nice to close. So at least all of these zippers here, there are no problems with those. And you even got something here where you can put stuff in. Better else, I have so much space here that I can put stuff just wherever I want. But you can see here, then sometimes if I bend this is kind of what can happen. This one goes in, down like this, and then it kind of flaps up like that. So it's something to be aware of. Another thing that needs to be changed, it's these shepherd hooks. I think shepherd hooks are awful, and especially for a tent like this that kind of requires a good hold, especially if the wind picks up a little bit. You can see pretty much all of mine has turned into this bendy. They've turned into this bendy mess here. And it's the second night and the tent worked really good. There was no wind to speak of during the night, so everything was very stable and very nice. Now all that's left is to deflate the tent and see how that works out. I have to locate the two valves. We got one here. Suppose I just open it up. Okay, that's one. There we have it. All right, I made it. Now this could be the hardest part, getting this balloon to fit into this bag. But you got some straps here where you can compress it down. It does not look as nice as when it was packed, of course. But in it is, and I'm happy about that. So, and that's it. That is the Reactor Outdoor 6-person tent. Blow-up tent. And yeah, to summarize, I think it's great for these kind of scenarios, camping spots like this, or in other very, very tranquil places. But I have to reiterate that it's not suitable for any mountain adventures or anything like that. But for some very nice, luxurious camping, it's definitely very, very usable. I kind of liked it. It's very nice to have a tent where you can actually stand up in and walk around like it's your own home. But okay, it's time for me to get moving. To see you around next time.